Well, hey there, creepy critters and everyone else new to this channel. This is Trash People from the Dump, and you are watching the movie review portion of our channel. Specifically, newer movies, new releases, things that are on demand, and maybe in theater if you live in a state that doesn't care about your health. Different places like that. So we've been watching. Obviously, it's COVID times still, and it's been rough trying to find something good to watch. We've seen some really good movies though, so even though there's so many bad movies, we have seen good movies.
We have seen a few, and we haven't, you haven't seen us talk about them yet.
Well, they've seen us talk about Synchronic, and that was really good.
Oh, that's right, we have already posted that.
And Psycho Gorman was really good.
Oh my god. I just can't. I can't recommend that movie enough. Just if you haven't seen Psycho Gorman, stop what you're doing
and go watch it.
Go watch it and then come back and watch us.
I mean, that's not even this review.
We do appreciate the view.
That's not even that review. That was the last review. So, yeah.
Go
watch it anyway. It's a good movie. Anyways. So, like normal, we're going to talk about some new movies. Most of these are... How many movies are we talking about? Did we just watch?
2, and then we're going to talk about something special.
Okay, yeah. So we just literally got done watching 2 films back to back.
Yes, we did.
And last night we got to watch a very special presentation of a live show that one of our friends does.
I'd call
Yeah,
them
absolutely.
Yeah.
I would say Anthony's friend. I don't know about Carla. But, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants to be Carla's friend.
But
just don't tell her.
Our friend Anthony was taking part in a Native Voices festival, and they were playing different movies and things done by various people with
I think it was all live stage shows. I'm not positive though.
Native, indigenous backgrounds.
Yeah.
And it was we didn't get to catch all the things because we're very busy like normal. We watch what we can.
Unfortunately, but we did get to watch.
But we got to see our friends one person play, and it was wonderful. Mm-hmm. It was great. But we'll talk more about that at the end.
Yeah, we'll talk about that at the end.
First up, let's talk about what's new in Hollywood.
First, we'll talk about The Little Things, which is also in theaters. If, like we said, if you live in that state, that you can do that. Yep. We do not. So HBO Max is your other choice.
Yep.
Which isn't so bad. I mean, HBO Max, at least you can do a free trial. So just if there's a movie you really want to do, or a show, just watch it all in that.
The biggest appeal to us right now is that they seem to have the rights to Cartoon Network stuff.
Yeah.
So that's a big appeal, And then it goes kind of hand in hand with our Hulu
and then the movies. Since we can't go to the theater,
but
pretty much any movie that's in theater is available on HBO.
I feel like these companies could probably afford to lower their prices for people
especially
struggling
right now. I feel like they should do half off. I'm sure they have enough customers.
But at the same time, it's like in a capitalist society, they also have to worry about money just as much, and they gotta make money back too. Because there's lots of money invested in these things.
Such is our cycle of society. It's just so
rough.
Wonderful.
It's rough. It's rough out there. So we're very fortunate and very privileged that we even get access to this kind of entertainment, and
that's why that's one of the reasons we do this and do the movie reviews when we were doing movies in theater. Yep. Because we felt we'd be well, we can give you an idea of what it is without spoiling it for you. And then you can decide for yourself, is that something you want to spend your 12 whatever amount of money to go see. So that's why we do this.
Anyways,
we torture ourselves so you don't have to.
Yeah, pretty much. But the little things.
The little things.
You want this one?
Yeah, sure. This one's a crime thriller. Both of the movies we're talking about today are listed as crime thrillers.
I would say only one of them was.
Very different crime thrillers, though. This one's kind of like your typical... almost like, well, it's set in the 90s and it kind of felt like a 90s like cop drama thriller, I guess you would say. It felt very Seven vibes, definitely Seven vibes.
Oh yeah.
Not good, not nearly as good.
Yeah, because like you have Denzel Washington kind of playing the older, aging detective guy, like Morgan Freeman's character. And
this is a trope we talk about.
And then you have Rami Malek as the young, hothead, like big guy. I'm the best.
It's always the old man leaving the job or about to leave the job.
And it was my last day too.
And also, it always has to do with some case or is related to some case that was the one case.
The one case
that got away.
However basic as this movie was, and it was pretty basic.
Yeah.
We'll get into a few spoilers at the very, very end after we talk about Anthony's thing.
Yeah. If you want to hear spoilers.
Yeah.
The
if you want to hear spoilers,
very end, we'll warn you.
Yeah. I thought the acting was tremendous. Denzel Washington is a really good actor, and he was good in this.
Oh yeah.
Although it's kind of the same character he plays in all these cop movies. He's really good at it. I'll give him that. He's very good at these, and I thought he did a good job. I thought Rami Malek was kind of weirdly intense.
Yeah,
you could tell he was like mildly unhinged, almost like on that edge of losing his shit. And
then my boyfriend was just like basically what he's been doing for the last, I don't know, a few years.
Yeah, Jared Leto is in this, continuing his villain acting spree. And he was fine. Yeah, he did a good job.
He's weird and creepy, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
But overall, little things I thought was pretty good. It was a little too long.
It was over 2 hours, and I think it was really unnecessary. There was a lot of things that were dragged out and didn't need to be.
Yeah.
But I mean, that happens a lot.
Yeah. Also, I'll get into that at the end, but there is like, if you're concerned about your endings, you might want to go to the spoilers, just because that's the thing I want to spoil is the end of this movie.
Yeah.
So go to the end and watch, spoil the end of this episode for yourself, and that movie. Anyways, yeah.
Also, if you're concerned about it being pro-cop,
yeah,
it's not really. I mean, I guess it maybe it's tiny bit, but not really. Really, the cops are really not the good guys. Nobody's really a good guy in this, so.
Yeah. And I know Denzel Washington has said some kind of pro-cop sentiments, and our opinions on that are pretty mixed and not something to get into.
Yeah,
but
that's a very deep subject.
Yeah, that's a deep, complicated subject, and it's very nuanced and complicated, and
we don't need that right now.
Yeah, we're potheads. Just put it at that. That's how we feel.
Well,
yes, and yeah. So, anyways. So yeah, this movie was good. I thought it was entertaining and intense. I saw almost all of it coming from a mile away, except for some parts.
Yeah. I don't know. It pretty much played out how I figured it would.
But it was good. It was real good. The acting was good. If you like these
really
kind of
good
movies,
acting.
detective-y movies, like Seven or not. This isn't as intense or as gory as something like that. This is more safe to watch.
Yeah, it's not. It's definitely not gory by any means or anything like that.
No.
I think I give it like a B minus, maybe B minus.
I give it like a B plus. That is pretty good. It was fine. I like these kind of movies.
Yeah, I don't mind these kind of movies. Yeah, I want a little bit more usually if I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's the fact that there wasn't a lot to it, which is again something we'll get into later about that. But anyways, next movie.
Next movie is Locked Down, and like again, it's listed as a crime thriller, but
this was a rom-com.
I don't. Yeah, it's not. I mean, it
but it is because it's the weirdest.
It's like like you said, it was like a mixture of 3 movies, and they didn't really do any of those movies justice.
Yeah.
It was like a rom-com, a movie about lockdown and COVID, and a heist. Yeah.
Yep. So this movie is a couple who have divorced but are living together because of the lockdown.
They haven't divorced yet,
but
they're planning. Like, she basically told him she was leaving him like the night that they found out they were locked down for 2 weeks. They lived in England.
They got stuck together and are clearly struggling with this and their work and trying to keep work, etc. And things are tight, and they decide to do some heisting. That's the very end of the movie, and the rest of the movie is just this weird, really long, sad, sometimes funny, mostly boring rom-com. And then there's a little heist movie at the end. There's really no big stakes, and nothing really happens, and then it's over.
Yeah, pretty much.
I didn't have a big problem with this because I thought the acting was really well done.
I mean, it's the whole cast is like
fantastic.
A-list stars. So.
And there was enough funny parts that were pretty genuinely funny.
Mm-hmm.
There was a good sense of humor to this movie, but it was not thrilling, and it was it could have been more. I think they needed to focus either on rom-com or heist.
Yeah,
or drama, because it honestly is mostly sad because it's like these people are really dealing with the difficulties of being in a lockdown situation, like work and money wise.
It also deals with and talks about a little bit about one small mistake in your criminal past will haunt you forever, and how like fucked up that is too. Even if you were justified in what you did.
Yep.
So it's a good movie. It's not bad. Don't expect it to be super thrilling or exciting.
No. If you like kind of like quirky couple movies that aren't really that funny or sad, somewhere in the middle, and then has a little heist movie at the end, this is the movie for you.
Yeah.
No big problems with this movie. I just thought, again, there wasn't that much to it, and then it was over.
Yeah.
So, not very exciting, not really super fun to watch, but not a bad movie, just kind of dry, this one. Just a dry kind of comedy, kind of not. So, B minus.
Yeah, I gave it a C+.
Not bad, but just, you've seen this kind of things.
Yeah.
I thought they treated the situation obviously with more respect and more nuance than that.
Yes.
Fucking Songbird.
Yes, granted, it is still technically about COVID, but like it's about the struggles and stuff. It wasn't like
it wasn't stupid and ridiculous. It took it seriously, and really, I mean, one of the earlier scenes is the main guy's like gonna kill himself.
Yeah.
And she walks in on him like almost killing himself.
Yeah.
And Jesus, but it's kind of the harsh realities of things.
Yeah,
people struggling, and it's bad.
Well, I mean, it was bad before COVID. It just made it even more obvious.
Yep. So, I didn't mind it. Check it out if I wouldn't necessarily like go out of your way to pay for
No,
this.
but if you have the HBO Max subscription and that sounds interesting to you, then I definitely would,
Yeah.
If
So
you have time.
check it out.
Okay, so last but not least.
Certainly not least.
Not least by any means. We were talking earlier a little bit. Looking for Tiger Lilly, and I believe. Let's see. It's available until the 7th, and we'll have links below and information about all of that. I feel like all 3 of the plays or whatever performance are available until the 7th. as well.
Well, maybe I might be able to catch those.
Yeah, so we might be able to actually catch the rest of them. But we watched Looking for Tiger Lily, which I think Anthony is actually revamped. Well, it was supposed to come out in May.
Yeah, I think Anthony was supposed to have a new show.
Revamping it, yeah.
During COVID.
Yeah.
And that got all out the window.
I really hope that still happens eventually.
That and Clown Down too.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for that.
So Looking for Tiger Lily is about Anthony's experience as a multiracial child. His mother is German American, and then his father is Native American.
Yes.
And struggling with trying to fit into that. Where do you fit when you're that kind of when you're in between worlds like that? And then of course, Anthony went into about how they grew up a plus size person.
Yes.
And we are
also,
plus size people.
And also queerness too.
Yeah.
On top of it.
And so those types of struggles were very easy to connect to.
Yeah.
So I mean, even without those struggles, the initial struggle of just being a Native American in this country,
I can only imagine.
It's rough.
Yeah.
So it's a different. It's very upsetting.
Yeah.
It's just all there is to say.
Yeah, just be prepared with a box of tissues because we were crying.
But it was also very funny as well.
It was really
very funny.
So good. I can't recommend it enough if you have a chance, especially if you'd like to see a view of someone other than yourself.
Yeah, how it is for people and how people cope with things. The central concept here, which was really interesting to me because I hadn't thought about this movie and this production for years.
Well, I haven't even
years.
seen it. I was like, what the fuck is that?
As soon as it came up on the screen, I'm like,
Theo did.
I'm like, well, yeah, we are like, we'll just assume at this point, that we're the same people. But besides that, so when Anthony was young, Anthony also saw this old ass
60s, I think.
Yeah, I think it was 1960s Peter Pan, and it's very much the stage play because I also got to see this live when I was young.
Well, I mean, not live.
No. I got to see
the
production of this, not these
stage,
people, but that exact same thing live on TV. And a while ago we were talking about the Wonder Woman movie. And at the end of Wonder Woman where she's doing her big speech, I looked at the camera, it made me think of Tinkerbell. Our Peter Pan looking at the screen and saying, if you believe hard enough, we can bring Tinkerbell back to life. And that is from this 1960s Peter Pan.
Well, I mean, it's used in other Peter Pans, but I'm not assuming that's the original.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's from the stage play.
Yeah,
that's I think. Maybe I don't know if it's in the story.
I don't know.
I'm not going to go and read the old. Nope.
Anyway.
But I remembered the song and the dance and everything, and I'm just like, oh wow, this is
really inappropriate.
This is rough.
And
so they pick like the whitest girl on the planet
with blonde hair. She gets his blonde pigtails.
To play Tiger Lilly.
What?
I
guess we've made it a little further than that.
Have
we?
Well,
no.
Have we?
No, we haven't. Good God.
But so yeah. I didn't remember that at all until that came up screen. I'm like, man, this seems so familiar. And then I'm like, oh, I've seen this, and I don't know what to think about it. Anyways, so yeah, a lot of Anthony's stage play obviously has to do with the racism that runs rampant in this country.
Yeah.
And how often we have just used Native American imagery, used them, their stories, who they are as a people, their art, everything that we just have taken and used for profit.
Yep. And basically turn them into, like, basically a mascot.
Yeah, like
it's so gross. Like, seriously, why the fuck is there still Indians and Chiefs for sports B teams?
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah, maybe just rename it to something, not racist. Don't be a racist stereotype. I don't know. It's just, and then at the same time, it's like you almost wonder, we can't just erase the history.
No, we need to talk about it.
Ugh. Rough conversations to be had that will probably be had until the end of time because people can't ever agree on any goddamn thing.
And we don't learn from our fucking mistakes or our history, apparently. So, yay. America.
But there are lots of good things, lots of good progress, and people really trying to do the right things. And biggest thing is we need to give back to those we've taken from. We need to lift up those who are down.
Yes.
And the only way I feel like we can all get along is if we all are at the same level.
And it's certainly not there.
So, yeah, that's our. Yeah.
Thanks for coming to our PSA. Or thanks for coming to our TED Talk about race from white people. Yeah.
You have until the 7th to watch.
Blue.
Yeah, I'm blue. You have until the 7th to see Anthony's.
Yeah.
Looking for Tiger
We should
Lilly.
be hopefully posting this very soon. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
we'll have all that information.
Yeah. Go to the links. Go check this show out.
And
it's
also,
great. It's only $10. Only $10.
Yeah, it's only $10.
And this is a live stage play that you can't see anywhere else.
No, you can't see this anywhere else. Nope. And we actually missed it when it was in Portland.
We missed it.
And so we were so happy it was streaming.
Extremely thankful.
So yeah, and also Anthony, among other things, is also an artist. So is their partner. And
yeah, we've shown Jason's stuff off before.
We'll have all that information below too, because they're both awesome.
Yep.
And the Carla Rossi information and Queer Horror. If you are in Portland,
and movie theaters ever open up again.
Whenever theaters open again, I highly recommend checking out Queer Horror.
Yeah, honestly, I think the first thing you should do if you're in Portland and we get through this shit and we go to any kind of semblance of normalcy, get yourself a membership to the Hollywood Theater.
Yes, and we'll have links below for that too. Not a sponsor, but we love them.
We love them very much.
But Anthony, right now, I need to show these. How do you say that? Is it just good? Like good? I'm so stupid.
Don't ask me to pronounce things. Is it good, Carla? I know it's based on that. It's the little egg mascot.
Yeah.
What are those called? You've probably seen it. It's the like they have egg cartoons. I'm pretty sure it's Japanese. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. We're just stupid. It seems like something that would come from Japan.
No, I think it is from Japan. Yeah, because it's in our Japan crate.
Yeah, I think we got one in a Japan crate. But it's like a little, I'm sure it's probably some random company mascots because there's lots of those over there. They have some really cool, I love their creativity when it comes to that kind of stuff. I like a lot of Japanese things, to be honest.
But Anthony created a sticker pack that is like everybody, how everybody feels in 2020.
Yep.
Here. I don't know. Yeah. You show each one.
But instead of an egg, it's an egg. It's a clown egg. It's a clegg.
A clegg? Instead of a classy, it's a clegg. The bong one's my favorite.
It's so cute.
But I think these are still available, so we'll have a link for that too.
Alright.
Okay. Anyways, do we want to get to spoilers now then?
Yeah.
So subcribe, and I'll do all that and leave if you don't want spoilers.
Do all the jazz, and then get the fuck out if you don't want spoilers. Because here they come. Here's the spoilers right now. Here's the spoilers. What movies were we talking about? I don't know why we find this so funny. You didn't put the best brain in me. I mean, it's a good brain. It's a good brain, but it's not the best brain.
Okay, locked down and fucking fine. The little things.
The little things. That's right. Okay. So this is the big spoiler I wanted to talk about. Is The Little Things has no resolution. So you think, and you're led to believe that Jared Leto's gonna be the killer the whole time, and I figure that he is. Then Jared Leto leads the young cop Rami Malek's character out to the desert and keeps fucking with him and say, "Well, I think she's buried here. No, she's buried over here. No, she's buried over here." So he keeps digging all these holes and eventually gets frustrated and just straight up fucking murders.
Just bam.
Whacks him right in the head with the shovel. So there's no closure. There's just a little bit of closure for him because Denzel Washington's character gets there too late to stop this from happening. Gets him a red beret. Red beret.
Yeah.
And because that's what the
Yeah,
girl who was killed supposedly had.
Mm-hmm,
And and so Denzel Washington's character gave him that, basically making him think that they did kill the right guy.
Yeah, that he found in their in the house or whatever.
But then at the end you see that. So yeah, Denzel Washington bought it for him. It wasn't, so there was no closure.
Yeah.
There's no
really.
closure to this movie.
No.
So that's a big that took it down for me because I was really hoping it was gonna go somewhere. But I mean, this is more realistic to be honest, because so often in life there is no closure.
Yeah.
But I watch fucking movies to not deal with real life. So can we just not give a shit about real life when we're watching movies, please? So that's why I don't always like these kinds of things. It's good movies, but they're hard to watch because it's a little pretty realistic in how this movie plays out.
Yep.
For the most part, there's some parts that were pretty silly, but I can't imagine that guy would have just went with him out to the desert in the first place. But anyways, I don't need to spoil the other one. The ending's a heist, and they get away with it, and the movie ends. So that's the whole movie.
They stupidly get away
there's
with
not
it
even
too.
There's not a big scene or anything.
There's no tension. There's
no. It's just.
Will they get away with it? No. It was just super easy.
So the big build up.
Super
was to
easy.
nothing.
Barely an inconvenience.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, we like Screen Rant. Check out. You've probably seen them at this point. I
mean, they don't need our help, but
it's what is it? It's movie pitches.
Yeah.
Check out the movie pitch guy from
Screen
Rant. I think all their other stuff sucks, but that's pretty cool. Actually, I have no idea.
I don't know. That's
I don't watch anything
else.
Yeah. Otherwise they're kind of content farmy. It seems like they just do random lists of stuff.
Yeah.
Like everybody else. Like us. Here's a list of the things.
We have a balance.
But we have a puppet, and we're low budget.
We tell you the truth.
We tell you the truth. If people even believe that. Anyway, check out Anthony's thing. It will be up until the 7th. And,
of February.
Yep. And for everyone to stay and watch spoilers, hope you're not pissed. We gave you plenty of warnings, so fuck you if you are. And we had one comment that got filtered out that just said, fuck you.
Oh, yeah.
Just said, fuck you.
What? I need more.
It was filtered, and we don't allow that nasty language in our comments.
Only in our video.
Unless you're a pre-approved member of our fan club. Then you can get away with murder, probably.
Our fan club has maybe 2 people right
It does. It has 2 people. Hello, 2 fan club members. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and all that jazz. And we will see you next time.